powered by Riverside FM.
Cricket. There are few sports that have such a binary split between those who love it, for whom there is nothing better than the glorious sound of a leather ball on a willow bat, evocative images of greens in some quaint villages, and those who not hate it, but just don't understand it at all. To many outsiders, it's baffling, dull, and longer than a course of antibiotics. I've heard firsthand some question, how can this be a sport when you stop for sandwiches? The split is in some ways understandable. It's not an action-packed sport as such. It's not a sport which is point-to-point or with hand-to-hand combat, but rather it's a longer, more subtle game, waiting for the significant moment to happen. It's not unlike watching a Formula One race, which might be dull and then a crash happens, or someone who enjoys fishing and can spend all afternoon waiting for that moment of getting a catch, or perhaps more commonly, those who might be watching a drab, seeming 0-0 draw in a football match before a final goal occurs. For the uninitiated, in just a few lines, cricket works as follows. 2 teams of 11 players take it in turns to bat whilst the other team bowls at them. If you're batting, the aim is to hit the ball and run between the wickets on the pitch. If you hit the ball well enough and it goes to the edge of the pitch, or it goes to the edge without a bounce, you can get an automatic number of runs, 4 or 6. Conversely, if the bowler successfully gets the ball to knock your wicket over, or you hit it and one of the fielding team catches it, you are out and you take no further part. Once you get through your team members and the whole team is out, the final number of runs you've scored is your total, which the opposing team must try and better. So, for example, if at any point in time your team was 212 for 6, this would mean that your team had scored 212 runs, you had lost 6 players who were out, and you could afford 4 more to go out. The remaining player, the 11th player, is not permitted to bat on their own. A lot of pleasure of the cricket game lies in some of its charm, its history and its traditions, perhaps best epitomised by the fielding positions. These include names such as third man, long on, silly mid-off, short leg and cow corner. These are not just trivial names, they all have a meaning. Third man is positioned behind the wicket keeper in the slip cordon. Long on is down the pitch on the onside, i.e. away from the bat. Silly mid-off is a fielder who is positioned on the offside, i.e. where the bat is, but so close to the bat that it feels like it's a silly, possibly dangerous position. Short leg is a fielder on the leg side who's in a short position, and cow corner is so called because it's the part of the pitch where it's very seldom for a cricketer to hit the ball. They all have some sense. Further, whilst the sport is historically very colonial, and you'll notice from the countries that play at a high standard, they typically former colonies, it is now, in the modern era, quite multicultural. There are successful and prominent bowlers from the Caribbean islands who play for the West Indies. The South African side is very mixed. And in the subcontinent, India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, there is an obsession with the game. Really, cricket is not going to be for everyone, but I think there is a certain charm in its traditions.